Hey, what is up? So, this is my new channel. I've sort of taken over the channel from my old stuff, moving away from Lego a little bit more, and I'm going towards more of a workshop type of thing. So we're going to be doing some restoration, some builds, some custom workshop things that'll make my life easier when I make stuff or take my tools around anywhere. Got a bunch of storage stuff here. It's a little bit messy in here at the moment, and my work desk. So I'll show you this in a second. I'll bring the camera down. So what I've got is this. It's my workshop around here. There's my drill press, there's all the tools up there, there's a bunch of other stuff, so you know, it's my little workshop. There we go. First thing what I'll be doing is making a bunch of GoPro mounts, so I can mount my camera around the workshop to capture different views that I want to get on things that I want to build. So that'll be the first thing I do. So I'll take you guys upstairs now and to work on the 3D model, get something printed for that because I've got an idea in mind. And yeah, here we go. Right, so I've opened up my computer. I've opened up SolidWorks, which is a 3D modeling program, and I'm going to design and print and 3D print on my printer a GoPro mount using magnets. So I've opened up SolidWorks here at the moment. I've had a look at some designs on Google for different GoPro mounts that are magnetic, the magnetic ones, see what else someone else has made, and I found one over here which has the 3D printed GoPro mount here. I like the design over there that for the everything all in one with all these little magnets, but I've got an idea which is going to use the standard GoPro mount holds, so I'll just use those and stick it onto a piece of plastic which has a bunch of the magnets onto it. So I can 3D print it, but I can also just get a bit of plastic and glue all these magnets onto that. That could also work, same sort of thing, but I kind of want to try and whip out SolidWorks and get a model working. Alright, sweet, so that should only take about 43 minutes there on the clock, so 43 minutes to print should be good. As soon as that's done, I'll come back and I'll show you guys what we're going to do with these little magnets and make some mounts for the 3D printed part in the workshop. It's coming along nicely. You can see the little square holes. It's almost done. So, we have our parts printed. Here we go. Might have been wearing a different t-shirt, but that's how it goes. So, these are little bits of steel now. We're just going to get rid of these little sharp ass little edges on them, and we have our little squares. They're not perfect squares, they'll have to do. They'll do just fine. Here are all our bits. We've ground down all the edges. They're nice and round. They're a little bit wonky, but it doesn't really matter. Just get this vise for my drill press. Clamp them all in the vise. Mark dead center. Grab my punch. There. Now let's see if this works, otherwise we're going to have to do this one by one. Chuck a little bit of lube on there. So what I've got now is some countersink drill bits which I'm going to use to countersink the holes a little bit so that the screw doesn't sit out too high. It'll also deburr the hole a little bit. As you can see, some of them have a little bit of raised edge there and it's really sharp, so deburring that always helps. So now this sits inside there. It's almost flush, which is fine. Right, so here we go. We've got all our little bits and pieces here now. They've got all the little countersinks now, so we can get these screws on and we should be fine. So I'm just going to grab some of this little thin bit of wood here, cut little squares that fit there, so then I can mount them to a wall using a bracket. Alright, so I've got our little bits of wood now. We're going to screw these onto here, just like that, for all of them, and we should have everything we need to make these little brackets that can either be screwed onto the wall up here or with a little L bracket. Four magnets here which we're going to attach to this build here, this little 3D printed part with all the little magnet holes, which I shall do now. There. So now what we're going to do is I've ground that down, ground down all the tips. Yes, I've burnt a little bit of the plastic, but that should be fine for now. So we have this little, which I'm just going to stick directly in the middle of the piece right here. Peel the other side off, get my GoPro mount like that, position it and press down. So we have our little magnetic GoPro mount now, which can stick onto any of these points like that. So next step is, now that that's done, is to get these brackets stuck onto here and bent into shape so we can get maybe a 45-degree angle, but we'll attach it to the wall first where we want them, and then we'll bend them down so at least we can get the screws in. Decent ass motherfucking screws. Well, alright, so I need to pre-drill my holes. Alright guys, so we have our parts here. All here. These are all our little mounts that we're going to mount around the room. So I'll place you guys in a good spot where you can see where I'm going to put them, and we can just start attaching them, I guess, and then figure out what happens from there. Alright, so we have one over here that we're going to chuck possibly here somewhere, maybe here, so we can get a nice view from the side. I think I might do that now. I'm going to switch to my my phone camera just for now so I can get some good views with that and show you what I mean. So we have our little phone camera and we have the GoPro here. At the moment it is on a custom mount that I made, and I can show you guys how to make one of these. It is just very simple. Some aluminium hose inside this and some tube. So that's the mount there. We've got our little mounts up here, here and here. And let me show you how easy it is to mount this shit up. And yes, I'm a little bit sweaty. That's disgusting. It's bloody hot in here. Really hot. Welcome to Australia. Pull out that. So we have the GoPro mount here and all the specific bits for it. All we need to do now is get our little magnetic mount here and clip it on. If we go over to here, we can mount that right onto the wall. There it is. And then if we want to get a different angle, a different view, slide off, slide on, and we can get a better view here. Like that, we can get a nice better view here. You guys can see what I'm doing. I can angle this down from the actual GoPro mount itself to see what's actually happening. And I can mount it up here, and I can see what is going to happen over here at the drill press. So I think what I've done is a pretty nifty little thing. I don't know which camera I'm meant to be looking at right now, but it doesn't really matter. So up here we have another section we can just mount the camera to and see exactly what I'm working on. I think this is a good solution. GoPro mount successful. It works really well. I'm quite pleased with it. It can sit anywhere I want, so all I need to do now is just double check how my footage is, in these little spots, and I can move it around to wherever I want it to be. Alright guys, so that is the one-day build. This is my build for today. This little mount bracket here goes wherever I want. I can bend the bracket however I need it to be, and it can sit anywhere in the workshop that I want to put it. I can just drill a hole into the wall, pop it anywhere. I can even pop it on the table. There's no point in popping it on the table, but I can put it wherever I want. Guys, thank you very much for watching. This was my very first sort of video that I recorded anyway, so hopefully it comes out well. I have multiple mounts across the workshop now, so I can get some good views, and I can show you around the workshop very, very soon. Alright, see you guys soon.